It's a question we have asked before. Is the Gaza war spreading? We've seen false alarms in the past few months, but this one could be real. Israel and Hezbollah are inching closer to war. And the trigger? What happened on Saturday? A tragedy unfolded in Golan Heights. It's a rocky plateau in southwestern Syria. Israel captured it during the 1967 war. And now they control this region, the Golan Heights. On Saturday, a city in Golan Heights was attacked. Not a military site, not an industrial facility, but a football ground. It was a Saturday, so children were playing there, and 12 of them were killed by rockets. Let me repeat that. 12 children killed by a rocket strike while playing football. Their funeral was held on Sunday. Thousands of residents gathered to pay their respects. Do we know who did it? Israel is blaming the Hezbollah in Lebanon, but the group has denied responsibility. They say we did strike Golan Heights, but we did not strike the football field. It's a hard sell, though. Many military experts have investigated the rockets. They say they look similar to the ones fired from Lebanon and Syria, which is why Israel is plotting revenge. Their top defense officials visited the attack site and promised to make Hezbollah pay.
Hezbollah, Iran's proxy in the region, Hezbollah will not be exonerated for this event, even with its absurd denials. They fired, they will bear the price, and they will pay a heavy price for their actions.
The only question is how. How will Israel make Hezbollah pay? They've already unleashed drone strikes. Dozens of targets in southern Lebanon have been taken out, but the worry is Israel may not stop there. You see, this attack has united Israel's politicians. They have differences on Gaza, but they agree on this one, that Hezbollah must be taught a lesson. Of course, some have suggested radical measures. The finance minister wants the Hezbollah chief's head. The National Security Advisor is calling for war, and one opposition MP said, tear Beirut apart. So you get the sentiment in Israel. But the final decision will be Benjamin Netanyahu's. The cabinet has given him a free hand in this. He can decide what Israel's response will be. Will it be a full-blown war, or will it be a targeted strike? The world is preparing for both. Some airlines are cancelling flights to and from Beirut. Air France and Lufthansa have done it. So have some Turkish carriers. Countries are also issuing safety advisories. Germany is asking its people to leave Lebanon. The US is asking citizens to reconsider travel. And India is asking its people to exercise caution. Clearly, they all fear an attack. And it is a real possibility. Israel and Hezbollah have been exchanging fire since October last year. Hezbollah has killed 22 Israelis, and Israel has killed 350 Hezbollah fighters. But these have been targeted attacks. Could it explode now into a full-blown war? Netanyahu's far-right allies would love it, maybe the Prime Minister as well, because it would extend his time in office. But the rest of the world, not at all. You see, Hezbollah is not like Hamas. They're said to have 100,000 fighters, 150,000 rockets and missiles, plus battle experience. So if a war breaks out, it won't be a walkover for Israel, not like Gaza. Also, their allies are not on board. The United States, for instance, says it does not want to see an escalation.
We're in conversations with the government of Israel. And again, I emphasize its right to defend its citizens and our determination to make sure that they're able to do that. But we also don't want to see the conflict escalate. We don't want to see it spread.
The army won't be thrilled either. Top generals want a post-war plan for Gaza, but Netanyahu won't spell it out. So Israel is basically winging the Gaza operation. In that context, are they ready to take on Hezbollah, to open a second front? It's a very risky idea because the Gaza front is still evolving. Some new players now want to get involved. I'm talking about Turkiye. President Erdogan is hinting at direct military intervention. Listen to this.
Savunma sanayinde We need to be very strong so that Israel cannot do these ridiculous things to Palestine. Just as we entered Karabakh, just as we entered Libya, we can do something similar to them. There is no reason for us not to.
Erdogan is talking about putting Turkish soldiers in Gaza. I know the first reaction, that's just Erdogan being Erdogan. But Turkiye is NATO's second biggest military. It has a history of operations in Syria, in Iraq, and in Libya. So can you really ignore this threat? Well, Israel isn't. Their foreign minister has hit back at Erdogan. He has compared him to Saddam Hussein. So the worry is real. Israel could end up caught in a multi-front war. Let me pull up the map for you to explain. The south is already a war front. If Turkey enters, it could get even worse. To the north, you have Hezbollah, a formidable fighting force. And don't forget the fighters in Syria. They are funded and armed by Iran. If need be, they can join the fight as well. And finally, you have the Houthis in Yemen. They are already firing rockets at Israel. If this war spills over, expect them to jump in. So Israel could end up fighting on 4 different fronts. Of course, the US cannot stand by and watch that. So Washington may get involved if it comes to that. And as a response, Iran may get involved, which is why the next few days are going to be very crucial. All eyes will be on Netanyahu, much like it's been since October 7th. He hasn't shown restraint in these 296 days. Let's see if he starts now.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment.
So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.